My father was very entrepreneurial, always. My mother came from a very large family, and she was very family oriented, but my father always wanted more. And so the island was too small for his ambition. And once he got established and he was able to send money back to his family to pay, to reimburse them for the funds that they paid to have him come, he then looked at coming to Toronto because he knew that that was an opportunity for him to fulfill his trade, and there were more people, and so he could start his life in a more successful way. My father, because he wasn't able to, very much valued an education, to really respect and to try and do well in school, and also whatever jobs we had, whether it was a part-time summer job or what have you, to do the work well, to do it quickly, and to go back to whoever was employing you and say, what else can I do for you? It's interesting. I mean, I could probably count on two hands how many times I've been to Portugal, but when I go, it does feel like home. The company was very much rooted in the Portuguese community, and we were fortunate in when we bought the company, you had to provide a different level of service. As we have a niche market, and our niche is to stay to quality, to the history, to the artisanal type of cheese that we make that differentiates us from others. I think people are loyal to that. It goes back to what you asked me earlier in terms of how do you identify with being a Portuguese Canadian. And I think food is a large part of that. Mm-hmm. And so when I think of foods that my grandmother made, that my mother made, that's what ties me to the culture, the language obviously, but food is a large part in that. And so we're quite proud of the fact that we continue to stay to our Portuguese roots and are producing a product that was produced for centuries. I mean, oftentimes we have people coming in and saying, oh, you know, I buy this cheese every week, or when I can find it, when I'm coming from afar, because it reminds me of what my grandmother used to make at home when I was a little girl. And so we really take pride in being able to fulfill that for others.